Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Infi and Anima, spawning at, no edits, no cuts, you just get, unedited Crota. Infi spawning as the random pink Night Elf player on the top right hand side of Concealed Hill. Meanwhile, Anima spawning as the yellow human over here on the bottom left. Let's go ahead and speed things up into 4 times speed. I still don't see a scouting unit coming out from the human player as he still doesn't know his opponent's race. Meanwhile, Infi going to be opening up with a Keeper of the Grove alongside an Ancient of War training up an Archer to clear out this 3-3-4 creep camp. Pretty standard fare so far in the matchup, except that Anima has opted to go for a Mountain King first instead of an Archmage. Mountain King first generally leads to a Blood Mage second, as the Mountain King is extremely mana intensive and needs a way to try and replenish that mana for all of those Thunderclaps and Stormbolts. Primarily Stormbolts over Thunderclaps, as the Ogre Warrior going to get taken down here. And then finally the Mountain King does have Stormbolt, could easily Stormbolt the Ogre Warrior. Instead Stormbolts the Wisp, or attempts to Stormbolt the Wisp, a detonation in time by the famed Infi, able to, deny a bit of experience. Mountain King now wandering out across the map here, perhaps going to try and clear up or creep jack his opponent, but Mountain King shows up to the party, and here we go, a little bit of damage ready, perhaps trying to line up against that Keeper of the Grove or an Archer, trying to do some lasting permanent damage instead of just clearing out some of these treants. Stormbolt onto the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove, is it going to get surrounded? No, it's not. The silence, the stun, 1 second a bit too short, as the Mountain King now throws down another Stormbolt. And the timing on this, are we going to get a 4 units around? No, we are not. The instead of being north, south, east, and west on the Keeper of the Grove, it was kind of a northwest, northeast, southeast, southwest positioning, allowing that Keeper of the Grove to escape back out. Mountain King desperately wants a bit of experience. Is he going to be able to get that last hit? He does get the last hit, but still 16 experience shy. All right, the Treant of Infi now trying to back away. Mountain King actually rather low on hit points, down to 283 hit points. Keeper of the Grove at 376. Mountain King gets up to level 2, and now with Bash as that follow-up ability, there's a nice Bash there. Are we going to see an Ensnare? There you are, trying to take things down. Is that Huntress going to actually, yes, there's a Stormbolt on it to prevent it from Shadow Melding, but it now may be able to Shadow Meld in time, and yes, no, it does not. Falls down as the Shadow Meld was just a split second late. Infi still trying to get to level 2 himself, perhaps for Entangle. He has a decent amount of mana, but has been unable to capitalize on it so far. More Treants joining out on the battlefield. Huntress is joining in as well. Keeper of the Grove does not get to level 2 as a Tome of Knowledge left behind. Mountain King does have Boots of Speed. It does have Dust of Appearance, going to back away. Tome of Knowledge picked up by Infi instead. +1 to every single stat, making that Keeper of the Grove, that more deadly. Coming back through. Footman still wandering back around here. We're looking at the Mountain King using up a healing salve, or not a healing salve. That was actually a replenish or scroll of replenishment, as the Mountain King comes in, gets the Stormbolt down, and now the Keeper of the Grove, is it going to actually accidentally get bashed here? Yes, it does get the bash. Keeper of the Grove gets bashed down, and then finally uses a Scroll of Town Portal. A lucky bash coming in from the Mountain King, disrupting that channeled Staff of Teleportation out, forcing him to use a little bit more a little bit more gold, and perhaps replace that Scroll of Town Portal a bit later. Infi, Anima having a great time so far, but is Infi gonna perhaps pull away from this game a little bit later? Anima has been doing almost everything right here, and now perhaps gonna get a Stormbolt off onto that Archer. Archer should end up getting taken down as well, as the Mountain King tries to get that much closer to level 3. Militia now being forced to retreat back, perhaps going to aggro the creeps, and then by aggroing the creeps, he is currently ensnared. Oh, the glaive bounce actually causing a little bit of damage onto Infi's Huntresses, as they are now retreating back as well. Mountain King lying in wait, has a clarity potion ready once more. Militia now being called over. Huntresses clearing out the arcane vault as the Mountain King comes in with a Stormbolt delivery once again. Mountain King once again in a lucky bash, unable to do exactly that. Swarm of units trying to surround a Huntress. Huntress is going to be able to get away down to 70 mana. Anima needed just a little bit more mana to land that Stormbolt and perhaps ensure that kill. Coming back down to the south, though, Keeper of the Grove doing his entangle thing against the peasants, able to pick it off. Infi is at Tree of Ages going into Dual Ancients of Lore. Meanwhile, we are getting up an Archmage, not a Blood Mage, as that secondary hero. We could perhaps be looking at Brilliance Aura first, as the Mountain King does have a fair surround against that one Huntress. Oh, now changing targets here, going after the Keeper of the Grove instead. Staff of Teleportation, another lucky bash, as Infi now no longer having a Scroll of Town Portal, gonna lose his level 2 Keeper of the Grove. Mountain King continuing this fight here. There's another lucky bash on the Huntress. And how many bashes does it take, as the Mountain King could try and buy a potion of mana and then get in that Stormbolt there? No such luck, as the units are still fighting their way through. Huntresses continuing to engage. Mountain King does have a potion of mana. Demon Hunter storms out onto the battlefield, as the Archmage now shows up as well, bringing in some water elementals, or should be bringing in some water elementals. All right, are we perhaps going to see a Stormbolt onto a unit? There's a Stormbolt onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter down to 430 hit points after a level 2 Stormbolt. Mountain King could try and go after additional targets. Archmage going to go up against the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter does have mana burn first, as this is a classic matchup. However, the starting heroes are a bit different. Instead of Archmage going up against Demon Hunter, it is Mountain King going up against Keeper of the Grove, as the Mountain King will need a bit more healing as these Arcane Sanctums start churning out some priests. Keeper of the Grove still waiting to get resurrected, taking a little bit of time as the Demon Hunter was trained as well. Mountain King venturing on forth. Boots of Speed, Clarity Potion, Potion of Healing, as the Archmage ready to, well, put in a bit of pressure once again. Slow cast onto Infi's Huntress, as the units are now trying to retreat back. Little bit of poison damage coming in from those Dryads, as well as a Stormbolt lands onto that onto that Demon Hunter. Mountain King still has plenty of mana, wants to be able to continue to land those Stormbolts pretty consistently. Level 2 Stormbolt working out to his advantage, as we see another bash right there. Mountain King still having plenty of mana once more. 35 supply compared to 34, and everything is falling everything's falling for the human player, as Infi now being forced to retreat back again. We do see Druid of the Claw Adept training now getting finished. Tree of Ages nearing completion, and we will be going into, well, Druids of the Claw in that final bear form here in just a moment. Archmage, meanwhile, needs to get up to level 2 for that Brilliance Aura, especially as the Priest start coming online. Mountain King wandering around on the far side, perhaps trying to keep track of the Demon Hunter and all of these other units as well. Mountain King, well, if that Druid of the Claw had taken a little bit more damage, you better believe a Stormbolt would have been in order to try and take out that 4 supply unit that only has 500 hit points right now. 38 supply over 42 compared to 38 over 50. We are neck and neck, as that Keeper of the Grove now picks up an Orb of Venom. Mountain King still keeping tabs of this army here, and may be able to creepjack his opponent and perhaps take down this Overlord. Overlord taking a little bit of damage. Mountain King purposely trying to stay nearby. Is the Mountain King going to take that little bit of experience away? You can take a look. Mountain King is right there, and there's the Stormbolt, and he gets the Claws of Attack plus 12 and is now attempting to retreat. Entangle onto that Mountain King. Mountain King does have a Scroll of Town Portal, not using it just quite yet. Finally uses it. Not quite sure why he opted to use the Potion of Health. Should have just used that Scroll of Town Portal instantly. Tome of Agility being used, but here, as the Mountain King needs a lot of healing, he did not get that Scroll of Regeneration going on him. Mountain King coming back into the center here. Mountain King could land a Stormbolt onto any of these suspecting or fleeing units. Could have hit at least that Druid of the Claw, but ended up not doing exactly that. Mountain King, well, Archmage should really hand over the replenishment potion to the Mountain King. He needs every bit of healing that he can get, as we are looking at dual level 3 heroes on both sides. All right, Mountain King Is there a priest here anywhere? No. Mountain King still down to 200 hit points. Stormbolt onto the... Oh, beautiful Staff of Preservation, saving the Demon Hunter right there. Staff of Teleportation going to get back in here. Mountain King may end up getting Mana Burn. No, Scroll of Healing used in time there. And now Stormbolt onto the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove in that frontline spot ends up getting shut down once more, as the Demon Hunter was far enough away to not be able to mana burn to that Mountain King. Mountain King comes in with another Stormbolt onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter down to 200 hit points, down to 100 hit points. He could get taken down as well. And with the help of Militia adding in just enough damage to try and finish off more of these units. More bears are pretty much still surrounded. Mountain King wants to rack up more damage as well. Dryad could get taken down. No, that Dryad will be able to back away, as the Druids of the Claw are still coming in for an engagement. 35 supply compared to 42, where Infi has the supply advantage. And meanwhile, we are looking at the human player having the hero's advantage, or the hero kill advantage, as the bears are just so much to overcome right now. Druid, Keeper of the Grove, already healed back up to full. We're looking at 47 over 50 supply on these bears. And Infi, who has lost his hero multiple times, actually seems to be ahead by quite a large margin. Archmage seeing that level 3 here. Mountain King is still fighting in this frontline spot. Perhaps Potion of Replenishment should have been transferred over and used, as that Mountain King is still quite a bit in danger. Mountain King still trying to wander around here, being able to dodge as the Mountain King wants to land a Stormbolt or perhaps get in some Thunderclaps on these bears. The army is just too big of a difference. Small as the Keeper of the Grove tries to escape away. There's a bash. Boots of Speed. There's another bash. How many bashes are there going to be as the Mountain King gets another kill again? Still no healing coming in from this Arcane Sanctum. For some reason, not training a priest to try and keep this army alive and well. Mountain King pushing back the other way. Keeper of the Grove back out here onto the battlefield. And I believe that Keeper of the Grove has fallen 3 times. And the Demon Hunter has fallen once, and still Infi is still in the driver's seat of this game, having seemingly an economic advantage somehow with a hidden expansion somewhere, giving him such a large army of bears. All right, Scroll of Regeneration. Mountain King does have a Potion of Mana, could try and engage here. There's a Stormbolt onto the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove down to 700 or down to 500 hit points and still dropping, as the Mountain King still has that Potion of Mana for perhaps some more Stormbolts. Archmage down to 137 hit points. There goes one Spellbreaker, a Glaive from a Huntress, able to get that final range shot there, as we are still looking at where the Archmage is going to try and travel off to next. 34 supply compared to 50. All right, trying to pull away. Mountain King could it get a Stormbolt off? It does have a Stormbolt. There's that Stormbolt. Now going to try and close in on that distance. Are we going to get a bash? And there's an Entangle onto the Archmage. Archmage, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Keeper of the Grove taking quite a bit of damage. There goes another Stormbolt. Staff of Preservation for the save. And that is going to be the game. Anima, with so many hero kills, unable to take out Infi, even though there was almost 5 hero kills overall. I don't know if that was a bit of a premature GG, as we see Infi. Did he get more gold? No, it got more lumber. Hero score. Infi ends up having more experience, even though there was the hero kills there. So 4 hero kills to 2, but still not enough. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.